Hello there, and welcome to 3Spoonies. We're your hosts, Karen, Claire, and Joe. This is episode number 20, and we're discussing awards. Join us as we dive in.
Three Spoonies is sponsored by Grow Radio. Grow Radio is an online radio station dedicated to bringing you a different podcast on the hour, every hour. We are proud that 3Spoonies is played on Grow Radio and to be part of their podcasting community. If you want to listen to the station, explore their shows, check out their many blogs, workshops, or videos to improve your podcasting skills, head over to growradio.uk today.
Hello, I'm Karen from Pony Pony Pony.
I'm Claire from Sparkle's Gift Boutique.
And I'm Joe from Bright Cat Business Solutions.
Together, we are 3Spoonies navigating our way through life and business with not enough spoons. Today, we are joined by the lovely Stacey Calder, who is going to be talking to us all about awards. Hurrah! Hello, Stacey.
Hi, everyone.
Would you like to let us all know a little bit more about you and what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Stacey Calder. I run the Business Success Network and magazine, and we help small business owners and decision makers to get visible online, in print, and through events such as networking and awards, funnily enough.
That could be relevant to our topic. If only we'd realised. I feel slightly embarrassed now. So, Claire, over to you before I say anything else stupid.
Can I just mention, because I'm not sure we have, or at least we haven't mentioned it in a little while, we are an award-winning podcast.
Yes, we are.
Always need to add that bit of bling, ladies.
Yep.
Yes, definitely. So, obviously, I've known you for quite a while, Stacey, and you do so much within communities. What was it about awards that got you into doing them? How did it start?
So, for those of you that have known me whilst I've been running the Business Success Network, which is, crikey, quite a while now, sort of 7-8 years, you may not know that my previous company was a network for mums in business. And we used to run awards for those because what we realised was there was lots of mums out there that were running businesses that were juggling work-life balance. There's no work-life balance, by the way. It's just all a juggle, isn't it, when you're a parent? And so what we realised was that they deserved to become award winners and they deserved to have that recognition. So we set it up. I mean, this is probably going back 10, 12 years ago. And it was such a great night. It was such a great feeling that it was one of the things when I sold that business, I really missed, but I didn't just want to do a carbon copy of it. And so after lockdown, everyone was saying to me, bring back awards. We want to see what you do. And so we did it for a year. It was really successful. And everything that we've done since has been off the back of that. So that's why I love it. It's about the recognition that it gives to other businesses. But yeah, that's the background of it.
I love that. I mean, I remember the first awards I came to that you done after lockdown. It was so much fun. Getting to see behind the scenes was fun as well because I like to be nosy. So, what is your favourite thing about the awards?
Oh, there's so many. So part of what I do is about marketing assets, and awards make really good marketing assets. So part of my favorite thing about the awards, apart from seeing everyone on the night having an amazing time and the clapping and the cheering, one thing I didn't realize until that very first night was probably the level of support and encouragement in the room. It sounds really cheesy and really cliche to say, oh, everyone's a winner, because if you've got 10 categories, you've got 10 winners, and there will always be people that are disappointed. But everybody was on their feet, they were clapping, they were cheering each other on. There was absolutely no negativity, and it just made me realize that the small business community is such a supportive community. And in business we talk about competitors and things like that, but there was so many collaborations going on. That's what I love. I love to see the start of someone's journey and where they go from that initial nomination paper right through to seeing them on the night. And watching them get excited and visible and using it to grow their business.
Yeah, because I mean, you're saying assets, and we always hear you say assets is like your big thing. You love talking about it and using it in your marketing and getting it out there. And it really baffled me the first time because it was like, there's nothing wrong with self-nominating yourself for an award, And it's like, but how would you even do that? And obviously, I've seen some of the sessions you've done on how to market yourself. So for anyone that's never, always like I was, that's a bit too nervous to nominate themselves, what advice would you give them?
So and you've probably heard this a million times, Claire, because I have done quite a few sessions on this. The thing I say most probably around this topic is that whilst it's lovely that someone else nominates you, they're never going to know that your business like you are. So we will get nominations from other people saying, oh, Claire and Joe and Karen are amazing. Their business is brilliant, but it hasn't got the nitty gritty and all the knowledge that the judges would need to therefore say, oh yeah, these deserve it, they're a finalist or something. So just remember, nobody knows your business like you do. And that's what you've got to remember is it's an asset. You've become an award-winning business. So don't be scared of telling people how good you are. We can be quite British at times, can't we, with our cup of tea and oh, well, we don't like to shout about ourselves and that kind of thing. But do you know what? You've got to shout about yourself because no one else is going to. So yeah, just remember, nobody knows your business like you do.
Yeah, that is true.
I
Go on,
also
Joe.
find with the disabled community, not only do they not shout about themselves, they don't actually think they deserve it because they might not be as good as or as big as someone else because they're dealing with other issues. And I think it's really important to point out that you're doing your best for you. As you say, business success looks different for everybody.
Oh, 100%. I have asked. So obviously we have a BSN podcast and I ask every guest on there, what does success look like to you? And I've had a different answer on every show. No one ever says money, funnily enough. Never. We've never had an answer where they've gone, oh, it's about millions. It's always about their success. It's something personal to them. And it's quite sad, really, that your disabled entrepreneurs group or that area of people don't feel recognized and valued because there are some incredible entrepreneurs out there with all sorts of difficulties. And so our awards are open to everyone. We actively encourage it. And yet, yeah, I think maybe then there needs to be more kind of background stuff around making sure that they feel absolutely like they should be entering.
They should, especially as the disabled community make up 25% of small business owners.
I feel like
Absolutely.
there's a new award.
So there should be at least 25% of finalists should be disabled entrepreneurs. And there you go.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have a new awards night coming up soon, focusing on that.
That's
like,
tokenistic, Claire.
Do something new. Oh, I've lost my train of thought now.
Sorry.
Please. No, that's okay. Don't worry. I'll think of something. So, out of all the awards you've done, because you have done quite a few, obviously before lockdown and after, what is your highs and lows from them?
Oh, that's a really good question. I feel like the layers are coming off now.
You know me, I like to kind of dig deep.
Yeah, and you know what? It is a really good question because people look at social media, they look at events, they see the glamour, the glitz, they see all the highs. They don't necessarily see the lows and the hard work and things like that. Highs for me, it's always great when you've just finished an awards and you're kind of decompressing, decombobulating, whatever the word is, in the bar afterwards, and you're sat there and people are running up to you going, right, put us down for next year, we'll sponsor, because when sponsors come back, that you've done a good job. So that for me, that's kind of the highs, is seeing and the feedback and the social media, the pouring of love and support, not just for me, but for the finalists, for the team. That is definitely the highs. That high straight after the awards, the next day after, I'm absolutely like completely dead to the world.
Did you stay up till 4 a.m.?
Because I stay up till 4 a.m. Because you've got to mingle, you've got to. I tell you what, to do such a high energy event, big event, 200-300 people, and then you need that downtime to just kind of, your adrenaline is going wild, especially if you're anything like me. Once you get on the stage, you turn into this like work face is on, and then yeah, it all goes a bit bonkers. So you need a little, maybe a glass of prosecco or something after to just chill. But that's what I love it. I love you guys and the sponsors and the winners and the just everyone just saying how amazing it was. So that for me is the high. It's seeing everyone else with their awards, kind of showcasing them on their socials. The lows though, and I think this is where people learn the most in business, is hearing other people's lows. If you running big events is tough and it is hard, and I'm sure you guys have got experience in that as well in different ways. You've got budgets to hit, you've got criteria to meet, you've got numbers, bums on seats to fill, and all those things. And it really is a team effort. Okay, I sit here and I'm like, I run an awards. It's not just me, it's the whole BSN team, and you couldn't do it without them. But there are times where I have sat there and gone, why are we doing this? They don't happen very often, but you do sit there and think, oh my God, I've got to find these sponsors. I've got to, otherwise I'm going to end up with several £1,000s, like minus for an event. And so you do sit there. There is a very kind of rickety backwards and forwards with spreadsheets, and then let's face it, unless you are a VA, you don't like spreadsheets, do you? Come on, I can't stand them. But my PA, God love her, has like an 800 column spreadsheets for our awards, and I just look at it and go, ah. So yeah, spreadsheets and making sure the book's balanced. That is tough when it comes to not just awards but any events.
Yeah, I mean that can be like even stressful within business doing that, and just
So
I
it
know
makes me feel better about the spreadsheet we have for this podcast.
Yeah, this is true.
I would
love
say
the
I
spreadsheet.
want to know, but I genuinely don't.
No one does. And on this exciting talk of spreadsheets, let's move on to anything else with spoons full of loveliness. Things from our sponsors that aren't spreadsheets, as far as I know.
It's one of those cold, rainy days where getting out of bed just doesn't feel like an option. We get it. That's exactly why Adaptive Yoga Live is here for you. Our adaptive yoga classes are all about meeting you where you are, whether that's in bed, in a chair, or with a little extra support. We're not talking about a room full of bendy bodies in leggings. This is yoga designed by disabled people for everyone. Because self-care isn't selfish, it's self-love. And let's face it, we could all use a bit more of that. Visit adaptiveyoga.com and join an online community that's ready to help you start your yoga journey today. Adaptive Yoga, here for you. Feeling swamped with admin? Let Rachael Chiverton, the focus guru, help you streamline your success with her focus on Power Hours. For just £25 an hour, you'll get high-impact solutions that save you time, boost efficiency, and help you focus on what really matters. Whether it's your website, finances, or social media, I'll tackle it fast, and you can mix and match to suit your business needs. Need transcription done, quotes chased, or networking follow-up sorted? I've got you covered, saving you time and keeping your business on track. Ready to take back your time? Visit getfocus.guru to book your hour and let's get started. The Focus Guru, helping you focus on what matters most.
Okay, so we're not going to talk spreadsheets because I don't want to send Karen, like, she'll be twitching and curling up in a corner crying, and we don't want that. It's not what it's about. It's about awards and all things fun and I think definitely I've learned in the last few years that it's nice to see businesses kind of celebrate what they've done, what they've achieved. For you as a business, what is, and because obviously you are so much more than just the awards. Do you nominate yourself for things? Like, what awards do you have?
Oh, good question. So something a business coach said to me a while back, and I'd won awards before that, but they said to me, you've got to keep your awards coming, you've got to keep entering them. And actually for me, I do talk about awards so much within my network, outside my network, when I'm speaking, all those kinds of things. And I'm always talking about awards as assets. And it would be really it just wouldn't sit right with me if I wasn't going through that process at the same time. Things change, businesses change. My business certainly has changed over the last 15 years. And so awards that I won 10 years ago, 12 years ago, might not necessarily be what I would be winning them for now. So yes, I have to keep entering awards. I make quite a laugh and a joke out of it. And I'll be like, right, I'm entering this one this year. I have to do as I say, do as I coach, kind of thing, because I want people to see that I'm also still going through the process. It's something that you can learn all the time. You can keep updated. So yeah, I've won some awards over the years. The first one I ever won, I didn't actually win. I came highly commended. I know, right? So, and this is why I talk about awards are so good, even if you don't win. So the first award we ever entered was a Hewlett Packard Small Business Award, and we came highly commended. It was my previous business, and it was for, oh crikey, highly commended. I can't remember now. It was around kind of the network and networking and providing new opportunities. And of course, because we were talking about women in business and children, parents, that kind of thing, it got highly commended. Like I said, it wasn't about that. What actually led on from that was we got about £4,000 worth in products from Hewlett Packard. So that's always nice. But I went to the awards in London and I got chatting to someone that worked at Hewlett Packard. And by the end of the night, I became one of their family bloggers. I got sent on all different trips, days out and things like that. They sent me a free printer for my kids to print stuff. And we would go and review their products. We would go and do days out and I would blog about it for Hewlett Packard. So that for me and my business actually was such a better prize, if you like, an outcome than actually winning the award. I don't know what the winners got, but for me, I became a blogger for 18 months and really got into a whole new side of a business that I just didn't know. Why? Because I'd networked at the awards. They'd realised I'd got the audience they wanted to tap into. And I got their experience and some lovely days out with the children, actually. So there you go.
What's the latest award that you've got? Because I know you still enter and stuff. Because I see you've been nominated for like the Women Who.
Yeah, there is some brilliant awards out there. I don't just talk about my awards, I talk about lots of different awards. So there's Digital Women, there's Woman Who Awards, there's Local Business Awards. So the last one I actually won was a Leamington Business Award, so local to me, and that was for business and the community. So it was basically for someone that used their business to enable and support the community as well. So I was doing a lot of kind of charity fundraising work alongside stuff business. I think it was just a what do these people do? They do so much, so let's just stick them in a category. But yeah, business and community was one. I was a finalist in the Woman Who Awards this year. And one of the other ones that I won was a Joe Cameron Network of Networks. So it's always good to be appreciated amongst your network, isn't it? So yeah, they're probably the kind of the latest ones. Digital Women. Like I said, there's lots out there that we've been finalists of. I suppose I better hurry up and go and win another one now, hadn't I, for this year?
Me and Karen are currently finalists for the Digital Women.
And was that off a recommendation, Joe?
Yes, from you.
It works. See?
We're also finalists for the Disability Power 100.
Amazing. That's really great one. I've seen some of their marketing and stuff, and you just think, actually, get on that, use that, build your assets, go and show, because that's a great audience for you, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you're applying for awards, do you think you should scattergun, like go for everything you're eligible for, or should you laser focus it and go for the ones you really want?
Oh, Karen, I'm really glad you asked that question, because when I talk to people, so many people say, okay, awards, right, these, and they'll just Google awards and then they'll just enter everything. I'd always say, have a think about what you want to be known for. So if, for instance, your team are brilliant with their customer service, it might be that you look for a team of the year, or it might be that you look for a customer service award, because then you can say, oh, we are an award-winning team, or we're an award-winning customer service standard, things like that. If you're a small business owner and it's just you and you want, you've had maybe a crazy year and you've grown by a lot, it might be a growth award. It might be that you want to be, known locally, so you'll look at local awards. It might be that you fit into an industry or a category. So it could be something like, there's quite a lot of property awards. So if you're in property, you might want to go for a property award that will help you stand out from other property people. I'm just using that as an example. Again, you mentioned the Power, what was it? Power 100?
Yeah, the Disability Power 100.
Disability Power 100. So that again, it's helping you recognize that area of your expertise within an industry, within a category that helps you actually draw attention to the people that you want to work with. So don't just scattergun it, because what you'll do is you'll get really bored and you'll be like, oh, and it's not relevant, and you're thinking this is too much like hard work. I'm entering 10 awards a month and I'm actually not getting any feedback, or it's not sitting right. What I would say is check out each award. So for instance, Business Success Network ones, you can enter as many as you like. Women Who, I think you could enter up to 3 or 4. So have a look how many you can enter, and enter the ones that are relevant. And yeah, enter more than one by all means, but just have a look at what's relevant.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
That does make sense, because otherwise you're just kind of spamming yourself out there, but it may not be the right fit for what
there's
you
no
do.
point going for a business growth award if you've actually not grown this year. Or we had somebody enter a rising star category this year, and they were 51, I think. And when you look at the criteria, it's under 21-year-olds. So it's just, and don't get me wrong, theirs was a really good nomination. And I actually went back to them and said, go and find a category for this that actually it fits into, because it was a good nomination. It's just, you're not a rising star.
Yeah, so just finding the right place for it to be.
Yeah.
What tips or advice would you give to someone that wants to kind of get themselves out there and nominated for an award?
Ooh, okay. I'll quickly share my little acronym or whatever it is. So I always talk about care. Make sure you care about your awards. So credibility, assets, reputation, experience equals success. So if you use that to write your nominations, to think about your awards, what it's going to showcase, that's what you want to showcase. You want to be able to market that nomination so that it showcases and this is why I said to you, what do you want to be known as? Your credibility. Why are you credible? What is it that makes your business tick? Your assets, your awards are a great asset. You holding a trophy is a great asset. You talking about it, writing articles on it, great assets. Your reputation, obviously you're entering awards because you want to build your reputation. You want to show off what you're good at. Your expertise is you. It's everything that your business does. Why would a customer come to you? And then obviously all that equals success. And we have to talk about success because my business is business success.
I love that.
That was a very whistle-stop tour. I normally do that talk in about 20 minutes, and I've just given it you in about 3. So there you go.
and as Karen proved earlier this year, sometimes being a little cheeky works.
Yes.
Sometimes being a little cheeky does work.
It doesn't hurt.
I have to say, one of my top tips is share your stories. Like when I read the nominations, it's the ones who share their stories that stand out. Even though I'm not on the judging panel, it's all independently. I do sit and I read them all. That's just that's just a highlight for me. And it's the stories, it's the people with those stories, whether they're success stories or whether they're what they've overcome, sharing those stories. It's never about, unless it's a growth award, for instance, it's not about how much turnover you've got, how much there's a story behind it, and it's different for everyone.
I suppose reading that story is going to help you connect with the person more, and kind of their experience of what their journey is. So
yeah,
no,
absolutely. It's what sets you aside. You could have 10, I've said property developers once already, so let's go 10 VAs in a room, but it will be those stories that make them different.
Yeah, definitely.
Not violent.
You're amazing. We know you're amazing. Do you have anything that you would like to offer or plug to our listeners, viewers?
Oh, do I have anything I would like to plug? Sure. Do you know what? Mine is going to be a total freebie, because I'm guessing not all of the listeners will be in our Facebook community. So if you join us, if you search Facebook for Business Success Network UK, pop along and join us. There's a couple of questions to get you in there. If you write in there that you heard us on the 3Spoonies podcast, I will send you a little freebie. There you go.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. You've got to request to join to find out.
I'm already in there. Can I leave and come back?
I might not let you back in.
There is always that risk, yes. I'll put the link for the group in the show notes as well, so it's easy for people to find and come and
Fabulous.
join along. But no,
You
you've
better
got a
add
great...
Joe's group in there as well to that
Oh,
one.
That's
just in
already
case
on our
Oh,
show
it's already in the
notes.
show
That's
notes,
that's
yeah.
on all the show notes. Don't worry.
just get a second plug in there without. Otherwise, we'd have come offline and she'd have said, "I can't believe you didn't plug my group."
I don't need to. Karen's gonna.
Yeah.
There you go.
So thank you everyone for joining us for 3Spoonies on Awards. We'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for our weekly podcast and leave us a lovely review. You can find us on social media, and we'd love it if you join the Business Success Network for Disabled Entrepreneurs Facebook group. You can also buy us a coffee if you like what we do. Links, as ever, will all be in the show notes. We'll see you next week for our community questions. Have a great day and keep track of your spoons.